Today is Thursday, Brihaspati Vasraha, Dinankaha, Dvavimshati Tamaha, Dvavimshaha. 22nd of December, Thursday, Raghuvamsham, Dvadash Sarga, Prathmataha Mangalacharanam, Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate, Ramam Ramesham Bhaje, Ramena Bhiyata Nishacharachamu, Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Raman Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittaraya Sada Bhutame Bhorama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattalyam Rama Nama Varadane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Onnama Iti Atha Shri Maheshwara Sutrani Ayurn Rilruk Eong Ayauch Hayavarat Lan Nyamanga Na Nam Jabang Gadadash Jabagadash Kapa Chata Chata Tav Kapai Sha Sar Hal Iti Mahasha Sutrani. Last time we were on this verse number, this one, 58. The 58th verse. I think we did some of it. We didn't finish the Vyakaranam, so let us do some of the remaining Vyakaranam. That is the Ashtapanchashattama Shlokaha. Ashtapanchashattamaha, the 58th. So there are two forms actually. It is either Ashtapanchashat or Ashtapanchashattamaha. Sahatva Valinam Virastatpade Chirakanshite Dhatosthana Ivadesham Sugrivam Sanyaveshayat. We did the Padacheda last time. Saha Ramaha Hatva Valinam Viraha. Tatpade is a compound. Samastam Padam. Only from the context we know it is a Samastam Padam. It did not have to be. Tat could have been a Prutak Padam, in which case it would have been Napumsakalinge Prathama Ekvachanam Athva Dvitiya Ekvachanam Sarvanama Shabda Athva Avyayam could have been Tasmat. So we don't know, but here if you look at the commentary, it says Tatpade is Valisthane. There's also one more thing is that I think we have mentioned many times, is if you have a commentary, you don't have to be scared of looking at such a big book in your hand. Just look at the one thing for which you want a clarification. No matter how thick the book might be, how it might be very complicated in some parts, but you only want explanation for one word. That is Tatpade. So just look at that one word. It says Tatpade is Valisthane. As simple as that. Valisthane. So Tat means Tasya Valinaha Pade means Sthane, in his place. So Tatpade could have been Prutak Padam, but it is actually Samastam Padam. Tatpade is Valinaha Pade Valinasthane. Chirakangshite is Samastam Padam. Dhatoho is Sthane Iva. Sthane Iva. Because this Sandhi going on, Echo Yava Yavaha, followed by Lopashakalyasya. Then Tat Paschad Gunadeshana Bhavati. Because the Yakar Lopa is Asiddha in the eyes of Adgunaha. Same Sandhi comes in Gita. I think I mentioned last time in the class. I must have mentioned in chapter 10 of the Gita. Yesham Loka Imaha Prajaha. So it comes in beginning of chapter Yesham Loka Imaha Prajaha. Mahashya Saptapurve. Yesham Loka Imaha. Same thing in Gita. It's Loke Imaha. Echo Yavayavaha. Followed by Tatpascha Lopashakalyasya Yakar Lopaha. And after that we cannot get Adgunaha because of Purvatra Siddham. Because Lopashakalyasya is in the Tripadi section of the Ashtadhyaya. I think Lopashakalyasya is around 8.3, 8.3.19 Lopashakalyasya. Well, Adguna of course is 6.187 Adgunaha. So that is the Sandhi Karyam. One thing to remember here is that the moment you see any naked vowel which has not combined with the prior element, that is where you should wake up and ask the question, Kasma Sandhi Karyam Nakritam, is what is the reason that Sandhi Karyam not been done? Now, most of the time it will be due to Lopashakalyasya. Many times it could be coming to the Visarga, and then it will become like Arjuna Uvacha. become Arjunas uvacha sasajusho ruho, then bho bhago agho apurvasya yoshi, then you get lopa shakalyasya. So that way, because that's Arjunas plus uvacha, when you have sasajusho ruho, then bho bhago agho apurvasya. So the Arjuna, that's the prior to the ru, you have a avarnaha, and then bho bhago agho apurvasya yoshi become yakara adesha lopashakalyasya. Anyway, the important thing is to train your eyes to see a vowel which is not combined with the prior element. Of course, if the prior element is a consonant, you just join the two straightforward. If it is a vowel, there should be a sandhi operation there. Two vowels will not stand face to face like that. They will not stand face to face. The fact that this akara and this ikara have not gone into guna sandhi should alert you. That's this is what if you read Hindi or other languages, that this rule is not there. You can have, of course, vowels standing face to face without sandhi operation. But in this language, sandhi has to be done. Now, sandhi has to be done, within a compound. Sandhi has to be done within a upasarga and dhatu. Even in shlokas, sandhi is most of the time it is done. I mean, in Bhagavad Gita, I think we also looked at example some time ago. There is a place in Gita where sandhi has not been done, and many times those what's called the visandhi dosha in a way, but in Gita has no doshas. But when sandhi is not done, it will be between padayoho madhe, between the two quarters of a shloka. For example, in Gita we have in chapter 12. Athaitadapya shaktosi kartum madyogamashitaha. Ata urdhvam na samshaha comes in Gita. Ata urdhvam. So let's see where it comes here. It is athachittam samadhatum mayyev. Here it is. Mayyev mana adhasva may buddhin niveshaya. So this akaraha has not gone into akasama dirgha because of lopa shakalya, because manas plus adhatsva. So it is because by lopa shakalyasya. Nivashisyasi mayyeva. Now, between Mayi Eva and Ata, there should have been Akasana Dirgha Sandhi here. Between this, Maye should become Mayeva Ata. Mayeva Ata. Because there is nothing going on between Eva and Ataha. There should have been a Sandhi operation. So this is one rare case in the Gita where Sandhi has not been done. This Sandhi has not been done. Because this is to fit the meter. Chandonurodhat means to fit the meter. Of course, between Ata and Urdhvam, there is again Lopa Shakalyasya happening. So we have three situations. We have this Adhatsva, Akaraha. We have this Ukaraha of Urdhvam and the Akara of Ataha. So these two have been forbidden to go into Sandhi because of Lopa Shakalyasya, Purvatra Siddham, by these two. But this one should have gone into Akasama Dirgha, become Mayevata. So, but this is sometimes in verses also sandhi may not be done, but most of the time it will be done. The thing to remember is still the same. Is any time you have a naked vowel which is not combined with the prior element, always stop and ask, why has that happened? So here we have a ikaraha which is not combined with the akaraha. So we should ask what has happened. That is the rule. The rule is that a vowel must combine with the prior vowel in some sandhi, and or if it's a consonant, of course you just join them. So so here it is sthane iva, it is echo yava yava lopa shakalyasya, and then purvatra siddham, no guna sandhi. Iva then adesham, akasama dirgha adesham sugrivam sanyaveshayata. This is the tingantam padam, sanyaveshayata. This is, you can see the aya coming in there. This is a nijanta form. So dhatu wish is to enter, but becomes veshi when you add the nich hetumati. So he made Sugriva enter. Means he made him established. He established him. Means technically made him enter well. Made him well enter. Means he established. Sanya veshayata. So always target tingantam padam as the anchor point, the Shankusthapanam of the shloka. And here we have only one thing on the padam, which is Sanya Veshayata. It is Sam plus Ni plus Aveshayata. The two things to notice here is the Ad Agamaha. Between becomes Sanya Veshayata. The Ad Agamaha comes right before the Dhatu. The Upasarga is a Pruthak Padam, it's a separate Padam. Upasargas, also remember that a tingantam does not compound. We cannot compound a tingantam padam. So this is not a compound. It is sam ni aveshayata. Sam ni aveshayata. Now, these upasargas do go before a dhatu by teparag dhatoho. First of all, let's remember the pradayaha, upasargash kriya yoge, gatischa, and then te parag dhatoho. They go before a dhatu, which is not a compound. Samastam padam nasti. Why not samastam padam? Because Panini starts the adhikara of, samasaha. And there he has sup and supa anurti coming down. Sup, supa. So as a general rule, only a sup with another sup will form into a compound. Tingantam na samasyate. So spot the ad agamaha over here, and also spot the nich. These two things you should be able to spot now: the ad agamaha and the nich pratyaha. So nich, because you got the aya formation here, aya formation. So and my Gita shloka for this chapter 3, which I like, is buddhim mohayasi vame. Mohayasi, again that aya coming over there, mohayasi. Buddhim mohayasi vame. In chapter 3, number 2, aya, mohayasi vame, mohayasi. Let's look at the details over here which we didn't do last time, is so dhatu vish praveshane. We already done this in detail in the daily examples. So we have already done the nijanta prakriya. So vish plus nich, this is not churadi ganaha, it's in the tudadi ganaha. This is hetumati nich, when there's a causation, somebody is causing somebody to do something else. So anubandha lopaha chutu halantyam puganta laghupatasya. This nothing is new. This is all we've done in daily examples. So it becomes veshi. Veshi gets dhatu sanya vasanadhyanta dhatavaha. So which we require, because now veshi is going to take the pratyaya lang, anadyatane lang. As we mentioned many times, adhikara of Panini, which Panini starts in Ashtadhyayi, is from 3 to 84. Panini starts bhute. So it is in the order of time. Kalanukramena, 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 kalanukramena. So 3 to 84 starts bhute. And in that the default lakaraha in bhutarte is lung. But then anadyatane lang. If that action is not of today, then lung is to be used. Then parokshe lit. If the action is not of today, but it is, and the speaker has not experienced it, then lit is to be used. But lung is to be used in the past tense, which is not of today. Anadyatane lung. Of course, then later on starts vartamane lat. Vartamane starts from here, and in 333 starts the bhavishyati. Okay, so anadyatane lang, and because veshi got the dhatu sanya vasanadhyanta dhatavaha, so we got veshi plus lang. Then anubandha lopaha veshi plus la, upadeshi janasika ethalantyam tasya lopaha, and tiptasji. These steps are always the same: lakaraha, anubandha lopaha, tiptasji. And by nichascha, any nijanta dhatu, we can take either pratyaha. But now we have this special sutram, which also we have studied in the daily examples, is this sutram which says nigrana chalanarte bhyascha. So I think it's 1387. I think it is. Yes, nigrana chalanarte bhya. Sorry, nigrana chalanarte bhya. Is dhatu in the sense of consuming or movement. With that type of dhatu takes nijantam, the hetumati nicha. It will only be paraschapadam. So I should really put 1387. Because if a dhatu has the meaning of nigaranam, means to eat, drink, to swallow, or chalanarthe dhatu, means a sense of movement. I think wish is to enter. There's a movement involved over there. So such a dhatu, if it goes in the causative, it will only take parasmapadam. So nigarana chalanarthe bhya iti sutrena parasmapadam. So I should put 1387 here really. 13, special rule 1387. And then the usual thing now, itascha, it's a nit lakaraha, so the ending ikara of parasmapadam takes lopaha. Of course, first of all, anubandha lopa, halantyam tasya lopaha, then itascha, and then of course kartari shap. These are all standard steps by this time. Halantyam yashakpatadite anubandha lopaha, and then sarvadhataka ardhataka yoho, ve she plus a plus ta. and then echo yava yavaha. So this aya which comes over here is a combination of the nich taking guna adesha, combining with the shap and becoming aya. So one more time, when the nish pratyaya comes, and if it's followed by the pratyaya shap, then the shap will do the guna adesha by sarvadhatika ardhatika yoho, become an ekaraha, then echo yava yavaha will combine with the to become aya. So that is the aya, which is can alert us that there may be a niche pratyaya in there. Veshayata, and then of course addagamaha, lung lang rang shvurdataha, adyantau takitau, anubandha lopaha, and then sun plus ni plus aveshayata, of course yan sandhi here, equanachi, and then monuswaraha, and then we can also get parastavaranaha also optionally. Anuswarasi parastavaranaha we can, and vapadantasya. So we can get vapadantasya. We can get 5, 4, 59. We can get sanyaveshayata or sanyaveshayata. So we get two forms, technically speaking. I should put the second form also over here by vapadantasya. I said to you this upasarga is a prutak padam. So you can get the parasavarna adesha vikalpena by optionally. Okay, so that is the Tingantam padam in the shloka. Means Ramaha made Sugrivaha made him enter well, means he established him. Sanyaveshayata means to establish somebody. So Saha Ramaha Sugrivam Sanyaveshayata. Always to get the simple sentence first. This is a very good exercise. You can take every shloka from Gita, Raghuvamsham, Ramayanam, Bhagavatam, and just do this two-step exercise. Just pick out the Tingantam Padam if you can, and you try to pick out the subject and the object. That's that much only that much. I said to you in the Bhagavatam, they have a tika called a Churnika. There's a tika called Churnika. Churnika means they crush down the Bhagavatam. They crush it down. Churnam, they make it churnam. Basically, they remove all the complex clauses and the Visheshana, Nityadi, Saram. They remove all of that, and then they put they only put the Saramshaha, the essence of the shlokaha. So that's all they do. So what we can do is make it even Ati Churnam. We can just take the Tingantam Padam and just take the subject and the object. And that will give you enormous confidence, because then you can just add whatever pieces you can pick up from the rest of it. So here, Saha Ramaha Sugrivam Sanyaveshayata. And there is upama going over here, like Dhatoh Sthana Iva Adesh. This is the upama part of it. We can leave it out. There's also a clause going over here. Valinam Hatva. Of course, Hatva we've seen many times in daily examples. This is Samana Kritika Purva Kale. The Samana Karta is doing two actions. In this case, of course, Rama is a Karta of the action of Sanyaveshayata. He must be the same Samana Karta for the action of Hatva. So having killed Vali, he established Sri Rama established Sugrivaha. Where did he establish him? Tatpade. Means Valinaha Sthane. In the place of Vali, in the position of Vali, the status of Vali, he established Sugrivaha. And then that Tatpade, these are the extra parts now. The Tatpade, because the Saptami, see, Saptami can be left out in the beginning. That Saptami has a Visheshanam to it. The thing is to remove the clutter in the beginning, remove the clutter, and just take the essence of the shloka. Once you have that, you got the main part of it. Now it's a matter of just adding all the pieces together. It makes it much. Otherwise, if you get lost in the details in the beginning itself, it's difficult to decipher the shloka. So take out the Tingantam Padam and see if you can get the karta and the karma. Tat paschat sarvam anyat. Like the karanam, adhikaranam, all that upama sarvam paschat afterwards. So tatpade has a visheshanam chirakanshite. It is long desired. Means Sugrivana Chirakanshite. Sugrivana Chirakanshite. Which Sugriva wanted for a long time. Chirakanshite. And then Rama has a Visheshanam. Viraha Ramaha. Viraha. So Saha Viraha Ramaha. The heroic Ramaha. Having killed Vali, he established firmly Sanya Veshayata Sugrivaha. on the throne, in the position of Vali, in the same position which Vali had, which was desired, longed for a long time by Sugriva. And the Upama comes the Iva. Of course, Upama Kalidasasya, that's his trademark. So Iva. In the Upama, Upamaya, as always say, you try to match the vibhaktis. So here we have Adesham is Dvitiya Ekavachanam. In the Upama. In the Upameya, Sugrivam is Dvitiya Ekavachanam. So Sugriva is like the Adesha, substitute. Okay. Then Dhato Hosthane. So that is coming in the place of the Saptami in Tatpade. Very important to match the vibhaktis. Because Sthane is Saptami. Tatpade is Saptami. So Dhatoho Sthane, of course this is the compound here. So it becomes Tasya Pade, Valinaha Pade. So Valinaha is Dhatoho. And then Pade is Sthane. So just like, and you have to supply Panini. So who does that? Of course Panini does that. So this means that just as Panini takes a substitute and puts it in place of a dhatu, in place of the dhatu, similarly Ramaha took Sugrivaha and placed him, established him in the place of Ali. That's the thing. So again, one more time, in the Upama Upameya, match the vibhaktis. Very important thing. It'll make it very clear that what is being compared to what. The Adesham Dvitiya Ekavachanam, Sugrivam Dvitiya Ekavachanam. So they are being, so Sugriva is like an Adesha. Then Sthane is Saptami, Pade is Saptami. So the place of the Dhatu is like Vali's position, which means Rajya. So Simhasana you can say, in the throne. And then Dhato is like Valinaha. So he is the term being replaced. So like the Dhatu gets replaced, so similarly Vali got replaced by Sugriva. This was the commentary. So Viraha Saha Ramaha. See how nicely he puts the Sarvanama Shabdaha. It always implies, this also we have said many times, do not leave any Sarvanama Shabda, any pronoun or any adjective until you know exactly what is the Adhara Bhuta Nama Shabdaha, which is the noun behind it, because the pronouns and adjectives do not have their own gender number case. They're borrowing it from something else. It's very obvious that there must be something else which is driving the gender number case, the Vibhakti, Lingam and Vachanam. So here Ramaha. So before that he puts the adjective. So adjective, pronoun, noun. Adjective, pronoun, noun. So Viraha Saha Ramaha. Valinam is Sugriva Agrajam. Sugrivasya Agrajam. Of course Agrajaha is the Upada Samasaha. We've done this many times also in the Wednesday class in great detail. Agre Jataha Agrajaha. Agre Jataha Agrajaha. So first we use 2219 Upapadam Ating, and then we use the Saptamyam Janirdaha. Saptamyam Janirdaha is 3297, which we have done many times in this class, also in the Wednesday class. Let me see if I can quickly show you. Saptamyam Janirdaha. Saptamyam, here it is. Saptamyam Janirdaha. Say Sarojaha, etc. So we had that in great detail. So Pratyaya Da comes in there, and then you can do the T Lopaha by 64143. I didn't put again in today's document because we've done many times before. So we use Upapadam Mating, Tatra Upapadam Saptamistham, Saptamyam Janirdaha, then Anubandha Lopaha, then T Lopaha by 64143 is Ditkarana Samarthyat Abhasya Pite Lopaha. We get, in this case we got Sarojaha, but we'll get Agrajaha, means elder brother. So Agrejata. Also remind one more time, is 3297 is in the Adhikara of Bhute. We just talked about that. Adhikara of Bhute starts from 3284. So you should say Agrejataha Agrajaha. Jata Agrajaha. So Sugrivasya Agrajaha means the elder brother. So who is Vali? He was Sugriva's elder brother. Hatva. So he puts the clause there, and see he puts the Hatva is the what we call in English gerund. Saman Kritikayo Purva Kale. It's the Twantam Padam. And Valinam is the object of that, so he puts before that. So Valinam Hatva, Chirakanshite, no commentary. No commentary. This is also one thing you can do, by the way. Examine the word which required no commentary. Spashtikaranam napekshate. Sugamam idam padam. Idam padam sugamam is that, it's an easy to understand word. Easy to understand word. So, Chirakanshite, if we look at our document soon, but it was desired for a long time. Tat pade is it says valinasthane, because he uses sthane from down here. So very nicely he puts valinasthane, valisthane, tat pade valisthane. Then dhato sthane iva, adesham iva. Then he explains the whole thing. What does it mean? Adesha bhutam dhatvantaram iva ityartaha. Adesha bhutam is in the form of a substitute. Dhatvantaram. This is a special kind of karmadharya compound. So dhatvantaram is anyo dhatu dhatvantaram. Anyo dhatu dhatvantaram. Like a Siddhanta Kaumudi, Bhattoji says, Rajantaram. Anyo raja rajantaram. So this is a very nice formation that we can use. In fact, comes in Dehantara Prapti. Comes in Gita. So Dehantara Prapti. So Dehantaram is Anyo Deha Dehantaram. So it's a very common usage. So Dehantara Prapti. Dehantar. It comes chapter 2. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram. Of course, one of the great shlokas of Gita. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavanam jaratatha dehantara praptir. Dhirastatana muhyati. Just like we go through childhood and youth and old age, similarly we also obtain another body. So dehantaram is anyo deha. So anyasya dehasya prapti. Dehantara prapti. So when you look at the shloka of Gita, Dehantara prapti, think of this sutram, which is Mayuravamsakadayascha, which comes in because Panini has a class of miscellaneous Tatpurusha compounds. In Tatpurusha compound, it does not fit exactly in the rules given in 2122. Then Panini puts this kind of like a miscellaneous category, Mayuravamsakadayascha. This is a set of compounds which are irregularly formed. Tatpurusha compound formed irregularly is called Mayuravamsaka. So this is a 2-1, and under that we include this one, which ends in the word antaram. So dhatvantaram is anyo dhatu dhatvantaram. It says, I think towards the end it says that samudaya nipatyante. These are ready-made forms given. I think somewhere he will say that avihita lakshanaha tatpurushaha mayuravamsakadishu drashtavyaha. So in tatpurusha compound, which has not been prescribed any other sutram, we should put it over here. So this would be a special kind of compound like that. So dhatvantaram anyo dhatuho. So adesha bhutam dhatvantaram ityartaha, which means that it is another dhatu used as an adesha. And he further explains that Sugrivam Sanya, he completes the sentence now. Sugrivam Sanyaveshayata Sthapitavan. So this is same, he uses the same Nijantam Padam here. The dhatu stha becomes sthapi. When we take the puk agama, which you also done in the class many times, which is the Arti Rivli, the 7336. Arti Rivli Riknu Yik Shmai Yatam Pugnau. So all these dhatus, and any dhatu ending in a akaraha takes the puk agamaha. Pratyaya nich follows. So sthapi is the nijanta dhatu, derived from the dhatu shtha with nivruttau. And then sthapitavan pratyak tavatu is being used over here, means he established. So he uses sanyavesha to be sthapitavan. And then he explains yatha aster bhuhu itti asti dhato sthane adeshaha bhudhatu asti karyam ashesham samabhidhatte. Means that dhatu bhu comes in place of the dhatus as whenever the pratyaya following has sanya of ardha dhatukam. Because as I said to you from homework for this today was this adhikara from the Panikadi has the adhikar of Ardha Dhatuke in the Ashtadhya in two places. One place he has in 2.4.35 says Ardha Dhatuke. And he also has the same adhikaraha in 6.4.46 Ardha Dhatuke. Of course, 6.4 is the Angasya adhikaraha. That will be given some Anga Karyam, while in 2.4 it is Dhatva. In place of one Dhatu, Panini puts another Dhatu when the Pratyaya following a Sanya of Ardha Dhatukam. And in that the famous sutram is Aster Bhuhu. Aster Bhuhu. Aster Bhu is the sutram there in place 2.4.52. In place of Dhatu As, Dhatu Bhu comes in Adeshaha, and the Pratyaya following a Sanya of Ardha Dhatukam. So that's 2.4.52 Aster Bhuhu. That's of course because it's Prasiddhatvat. It's a famous example, so that's one which is taken. 2.4.52. 2.4.52 Ardha Dhatuke Aster Dhatoh Bhu Ityam Adesha Bhavati. What he says is that then when Bhu comes in place of As, so Bhu Dhatu Asti Karyam Ashesham Samabhiratte, means that the Dhatu Bhu takes over or carries on all the operations, or takes over all the operations which would have been done by Dhatu for Dhatu As. So those operations now done for Dhatu Bhu. So Bhu comes and carries on all the operations, activities of Dhatu As. So Ashesham Karyam Ashesham Samabhidatte, means it takes over. Vidha is to place, Abhidha is to also to narrate, to tell. It basically I think carries on all the activities of the Dhatu As. Tadvad iti bhava. Similarly. And then he says, similarly, Sugriva came in place of Vali, and he carried on all of Vali's activities, all of his, ruling of the kingdom, he did everything, all of that he did. So he carried on all his operations. So Adeshona, what is an Adesha? Adesha means Shabdantarasya sthane, means Anyasya Shabdasya sthane, Vidhiyamanam, means which is being prescribed. Shabdantaram Abhidhiyate. Abhidhiya means Kathyate, Uchyate. So means that when in place of a word, another word is put as a substitute, then is prescribed. When in place of a word, another word is prescribed, that is called Adesha. Means kind of straightforward Adesha. So let's look at the document here. I think we have anything left. So we went to this one. Now the Dhatu Han, I just derived one thing, the Pratyaktva by Samanakritika Purvakale. We just talked about that. And then what happens is that the Idagama is stopped by, so anytime you Pratyaya which is Sanya of Ardha Dhatukam, if it is Valadi Pratyaha, always think about Idagamaha. Because here we have a Takaradi Pratyaya, Pratyaya is Takaradi. First thing, of course, Anubandha Lopa, Lashak Patadite. Then Pratyaya is Takaradi Pratyaya, it's Sanya of Ardha Dhatukam by Ardha Dhatukam Sheshaha by 34114. And then we have to think of Idagamaha, but this Dhatu Han is the Anudattopadesha, this Akara of this Hakarottaravarti Akara is has Anudatta Swara on that. If you look at Dhatu Patha, is number 2. This Dhatu is the second Dhatu in the Adadi Ganaha. Look at this Dhatu in the Adadi Ganaha. We should see that it has a Anudatta Swara. So by 7 to 10, Anudatta Ekacha Upadesha Anudatta. So this is Dhatu Han, it is Anudatta Swara. That's what stops the Idagamaha. So by 7 to 10, Ekacha Upadesha Anudatta in Nishedha. And then finally we get Anudattupadesha Vanasitanotyadinam Anudasika Lopo Jalikiniti. By 6.437 we get the Nakara Lopaha. So as I given the example many times in the class, like Akshatan Samarpayami, Dhatu Kshan. Kshan become Kshata. Akshata unbroken rice. So Anudattopadesha, because if a Dhatu is ending in a nasal, Anudattopadesha, there are 6 of them, which is Man, Han, and Yama, Nama, Gama, Rama. These 6, then Dhatu Vanati, Tanotyadi Nam of the Ashtama Ganaha. Then all of them take Anunasika Lopa Jalikiniti. So we have the pratyaya jaladi. It is kit pratyaya, so the nakara takes lopa with 6, 4, 37. And then tat pade, tasya pade, shashti samasa, straightforward. Valina pade. Chirakangshitam. You can say chirad, dirgha kalat kangshitam. Now this is a little bit of a tricky compound because it doesn't fit very, very well in any class, but in 2137, if you look at the Vyakhyanam, Tatpurusha compounds, Panini has, limited scope, limited situation only prescribes them. He says Panchami Bhayena. In the commentary on Panchami Bhayena, so the Panchami Antam can compound with the term Bhaya. Of course, we don't have the term Bhaya right now, but the Vyakhyanam says that we can extend that sutram. Is that because by using the Bahulam, because in the prior there he had Katakana Krita Bahulam. So we take this Bahulam, means in a variety of ways, in a variety of situations, bring it down, extend the sutram Panchami Bhayena. Could be one way to explain the compound Chirat. Otherwise, there is no real way to do that over here, because these Panchami sutras don't allow us to form that compound. So we can use the Vyakhyanam, which will say that Purvasya eva ayam bahula grahanasya prapanchaha. So by bahulam we can extend this to 137. One more we can make it chirang kangshite. We can do that because chiram can as adverb. Then we can put that in the same mayuravyam sakadayascha. We could do that. Mayuravyam sakadayascha. This is definitely a tatpurusha compound because the pradhanyam is the kangshitam. Definitely that is established. So now we are trying to fit it somewhere. Either Dvitiya Tatpurushaha or Panchami Tatpurushaha. It can also be Titiya Tatpurushaha, Chirena Kangshitam, Chirat Kangshitam, Chiram Kangshitam, and we have to make some extension of that. So either we can put it in the one more way to do it, maybe this sutram, this one is, I think, where is that? We can use this one, like we had Muhurtam Sukham, when we did that in the class. So means Sukham for one Muhurtam Sukham, but that Muhurtam is a Kalavachaka Shabdaha, Kalavachi. But Chiram is exactly not Kalavachi. So maybe we can extend that, use this word Atyanta Sanyogecha maybe, and use it. So there are variety of ways we can justify this compound. The bottom line is a Tatpurusha compound. So means which were desired from a long time, desired for a long time. So we can make it like that, Atyanta Sanyogecha. And finally, if everything fails, we can always put the miscellaneous compound, taking Saha and Supa. This Saha Supa is the Yoga Vibhagaha of the Sutram, Yoga Vibhagaha. And then we can also get that, so Sup compound with another Sup in variety of ways. We can get it like that also. So Sup Saha Supa. In fact, I think 214, if you look at it, Sup Saha Supa, 214. 214. We can take it actually as says that Supa. So says Sup Supa, Supa iti cha trayamapi adhikritam. So Vikshati Dvitiyantam Shasaha. So Sahagram Yoga Vibhagartham. So in fact we don't need Yoga Vibhaga. We take this as a Vidhi Sutram. I'm sorry. We don't need Yoga Vibhaga. Yoga Vibhaga only if we get a Tingantam in there. We don't have Tingantam. So Sahagrahanam Yoga Vibhagartham. We don't need that. We can take the Vidhi Sutram. So this is a Adhikara Sutram and a Vidhi Sutram also. To get the Vidhi Sutram, then we can take the meaning like a Sup compound with another Sup in variety of ways, so we can include that. So the Chirakangshitam is a Tatpurusha compound. It doesn't fit perfectly, but we can extend either to 137, Chirat Kangshitam. We can maybe fit it in this one, in Atyanta Sanyogecha Chiram Kangshitam. We can also try to fit it in the miscellaneous category, Mayuravyam Sakadayascha, and also we can also try to put it in this one, which is the Sahasupa as a Vidhi Sutram. Okay, so that is that Chirakangshitam. Meaning is the same, desired for a long time. Then Anyo Dhatu Dhatantram, we just did that. Mayuravyam Sakadayascha, it's a miscellaneous compound, Purusha compound. So Shabdantaram similarly, Anya Shabda Shabdantaram. And okay, so let us bring our Adhikrita anuvadakaraha. So let me bring on my, I didn't put my translation here. Give me 1 second. Let me get my translation. We have 58, right? 58. So let me go here. Yeah, okay, this is the one. Let me try this one. 58. Okay, 58. Okay. Okay, 58 is here. Okay. See. Ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. That is Saha.
Saha.
Saha. That's warrior. I think Viraha.
Viraha.
Viraha. Having killed.
Hatva.
Then Valinam. Established. Sanyaveshayat. Sugrivaha is Sugrivam. On his throne is Tatpade, which he wished for a long time. Chirakangshite. Like is Iva. And Adesha, substitute, is Adesham. In the place, Sthane, of a root, Dhatoh. Thank you. So, I mean, once we analyze everything is straightforward. Okay, let's look at the next verse, which is Ekona Shashtitama Shlokaha. Itastatascha Vaidehim Anveshtum Bhatruchoditaha Kapayashcherurartasya Ramasyeva Manorathaha. Itastatascha Vaidehim Anveshtum Bhatruchoditaha Kapayashcherurartasya Ramasyeva Manorathaha. Itaha Tataha Cha Vaidehim Anveshtum Bhartruchoditaha Kapayaha Cheruhu Artasya Ramasya Iva Manorathaha. Okay. Tingantam padam is Cheruhu. Cheruhu. This is a lit lakaraha. Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam. This sutra we're going to be studying soon in the coming Saturday class, maybe this Saturday or at the most next Saturday. We're going to be studying this sutram, which is the, let's see, okay. Sutram is this one. Ata ekahal madhye anadeshade liti. Because it's difficult to spot this one because we don't see the abhyasa bhaga over here. Because now if you have the word like chachara, we can see abhyasa is there in chachara. But in cheruho there is no abhyasa bhaga to be seen. We see the ekara coming over here. So that is the sign for us that the sutram 64120 does the abhyasa lopa ekarascha tat sanniyogena. It means simultaneously you get the ekara adesha and abhyasa lopa in cheruho. So this is one sutram which you should keep in mind. In the lit lakaraha, sometimes you may get abhyasa lopa, but the ekara will be there then, the a adesha. So if you see the a adesha and abhyasa lopa, then you can suspect that maybe this may be the case of 64120. So this is as always, just try to look at Tingantam Padam. Cheruhu. Cheru means they roamed about. Dhatu char. Char means to graze, also means roam about. So let's derive this form. Cheruhu. So cheruhu is derived from the dhatu. Let's see, do I have that? Okay, dhatu char gatyartaha means to move about. Dhatu char. Charatir bhakshane api means to graze or to move about. Then as usual, char plus lit lakaraha by parokshe lit in the bhute adhikara. We just talked about that. If it's an action, anadhyatane anuvritti comes from 32111. Anadhyatane bhute parokshe lit. So in the sense of past, not of today, and the action is not experienced by the speaker, then parokshe lit. Anubandha lopaha. Always the first three steps are the same. Lakaraha, anubandha lopaha, lasya tiptajji. So upadesha jananasika it halantyam. Tip plus G, it is Pratham Purusha Bhuvachanam because the Pratyaya will be G. In place of G will come the Usadesha, which you have seen in daily examples many times already. Parasyapadanam nal atasusthal atusar nalvamaha. In Parasyapadam, the affix is tip plus G, get the Adesha, nal atus us yatha sankham when they come in place of lit. So we get it us adesha, and then because the ending sakara doesn't get the itsanya because of nabhivaktau tusmaha, and because this pratyaya us is sanya of ardhadhatukam by sutram litcha, so we don't get kartari shap. Nothing, this is all already discussed many times in the daily examples that you have been seeing. So then now we get the abhyasa karyam by liti dhatu anabhyasasya, char us. Now comes 64120, which does the abhyasa lopaha and the ekaradesha become cheruhu. Of course, then finally sasajushoruhu and karavasanayor visarjaniyaha. Let's look at 64120. You're going to be seeing in this coming Saturday or maybe next Saturday class is ata ekahal madhye nadeshade liti. Means lin nimitta adeshadikam na bhavati is the first condition. Yad angam in this angyasya tad avayavasya sanyukta halamadhyasthasya. This is the second condition. Ataha etvam abhyasa lopascha kitiliti. Okay, so you should have a dhatu which has an akaraha, which is a madhyavarti akaraha. So asanyukta halayor madhye sthitaha akaraha. So it should be dhatu is char. So this char, in the dhatu char we have the akaraha between the chakara and the repaha, and there is no sanyuga on either side. So that's condition number one. So one more time, the dhatu should have a akaraha. Akara should be sandwiched between two hal letters, which have no conjunct. That's one condition. And then one more condition is that it should be a kit pratyaya. Now, by what should we get the kit pratyaya over here? Asanyoga litkita. So yeah, I should put over here 1, 2, 4 because dhatu pratyaya us came in plus of G. It is not a pit pratyaya. There is no sanyoga prior to it. So a lit pratyaya which is apit and which doesn't have sanyoga prior to it, it becomes kit. Asanyoga lit kit. 125. Of course, 1, 2, 4 we use all the time. Sarvadhatukam apit. Immediately after that comes asanyoga lit kit. 1, 2, 5 asanyoga lit kit. So that makes the us pratyay kit, which is required for applying 64120. So, and then what it should be, there should be no lin nimittadesha in the adi of the dhatu. Dhatu begins with chakaraha. The chakara will not take any special adesha because of the lit. Because lit adesha means like the only thing we can do is that if you have done, abhyase charcha, kuhoshchuho. So that kuhoshchu of course doesn't apply. His already chakara is there. Abhyase charcha in place of chakara, you get the adesha chakara only. So that doesn't count as an adesha. You can place of cha in place of cha only come. Because in the abhyasa bhaga, as you know, by abhyase charcha 8454, the mahaprana becomes alpa prana. So in place of you get the char or jash adesha. So in place of chakara, the adesha will be chakara only. So that is not an adesha because it's same letter. So there is no special adesha for the beginning letter of the dhatu. That's the third condition. So these are three conditions. That the akara is sandwiched between two non-conjunct consonants, which is cha, ra in this case. Second thing, angam is formed by lit pratyaya, which is kit. By asanyoga lit kit, the us became a kit. And in place of the first letter of the angam, in this case chakara, there is no adesha based on lit pratyaya. Then what happens is that you get the abhyasa lopaha etvam cha. Abhyas. This sutram is kind of easy to spot. You notice the ekara has come here and abhyasa lopa has taken place. Once you see that, you can go and check all the conditions for 64120. we get the form cheruhu. Again, we're going to see very soon. We're going to see in the daily examples. We see some examples of that, so it'll become more familiar to you. So cheruhu. Now, who is the subject of that? Is that subject of that is kapayaha cheruhu. Is the monkeys roamed about. So we got the subject, we got the dhatuhu. We got the subject, got the dhatuhu. So these two things. So monkeys roamed around. Now they have an adjective to them. Bhartruchoditaha. Bhartruchoditaha. So preritaha means they were instigated, they were impelled, they were caused to move by the Bhartru. Bhartru means Prabhu, Swami, means by their master. Sugrivena. Sugriva. Bhatra Sugrivena Choditaha. So dhatu chud is to propel, to instigate, to move forward. And so the Choditaha means that they were instigated by, they were inspired by, they were commanded by, you can say, by their masters. So these, the monkeys, commanded by, instigated by their master, they moved about. And then why did they move out? Anveshtum. Anu-ish. Anu-ish is desire. Anvish is to desire, after means to seek. So anveshtum means to seek or to find. Then to find whom? Vaidehim anveshtum. Videhasya apatyam stri vaidehi. We saw in yesterday's class the pratyaya an comes after videha, becomes vaideha, and then because of 4.1.15 the pratyaya neep comes by 4.1.15. So first of all, by the sutram adhikara of prag divyato an, which we started yesterday in the class yesterday, and then by tasyapatyam the pratyaya an comes here, and then we get the pratyaya neep in the feminine by 4.1.15 because of tidhani, the an pratyaya mentioned in the, if you have anantam pratipadikam, that takes the pratyaya neep in the fem, becomes vaidehim. Janakasya suta vaidehim. Vaidehi. So sutam vaidehim. So in order to seek out Sita, the monkeys, they roamed about, propelled by their master. And then where they roam about? Itaha tataha cha, means here and there. Here and there. So from in this place and that place they roamed. We'll derive all this from in detail in the start. But itaha tataha cha means they roamed here and there. Now there is also an iva, an upama is coming here. And now you can say artasya ramasya manorathaha iva. So look at the prathama. Prathama is manorathaha, like the desires or fancies of Rama. So these monkeys were like Rama's desires, Rama's fancies roaming about, Rama's desire to find Sita. These were like this. They had taken the personal. They were personified like these monkeys, roaming about like Rama's mind was roaming, in all direction, looking for Sita. So that is the upama which Kalidasa gives here. So artasya ramasya manorathaha iva. Now kapaya of prathama vibhakti bahuvachanam in the upameya. In the upama is manorathaha. So also I mentioned many times is you have to compare the vibhaktis. So manorathaha is the upama for kapayaha. Kapayaha. So these monkeys were like Rama's fancies. They were like his mind, like in a chariot roaming about, everywhere in the form of these monkeys. And artasya means virahaturasya, means distressed. Artho comes in Gita. Artho jidnyasudartharthi. Jnanicha bharatarshava. Artaha comes in Gita. So 4 kinds of people worship. Chaturvidha bhajante mam. Jana sukritino jana. Arto jidnyasudartharthi. Jnanicha bharatarshava. Tesham jnani nityayuktaha. Tesham jnani nityayuktaha. Eka bhaktir vishishyate. Here is arto jidnyasudartharthi. In Gita 7.16 comes artaha. So 7.16 of Gita, may put in the document here maybe. So 7.16 of Gita, Gita 7.16. Arto jidnyasudartharthi jnanicha bharatarshava. So Gita 7.16. Okay, so 7.16 of the Gita. So that is the shloka of the Gita. So means they were like the fancies of Rama. Rama who was in distress. So in Bhagavad Gita we have, four kind of devotees worship me. One who is distressed, one who is desirous of knowing, jitnyasur, artharthi, one who wants to find, one who wants to get some purpose, achieve some purpose, like maybe get wealth or something. Artha can be wealth also, artharthi, and then the jnani. These four worship me. So first one is artha. Artha is distressed. Okay, let's see what Malinatha says. So we got the basic meaning. The meaning is that these monkeys, instigated by their master Sugriva, they roamed about here and there, looking for Sita, seeking Sita, as if they were the fancies of Rama, who was distressed. So let us see. Okay, this will be the next page. The commentary is itas tataha cheti, means he says, the commenting on this verse, Vaidehim anveshtum is margitum. Marga also is to search. So he's giving us the meaning of anu plus ish. Anu ish is to search. So anveshtum margitum. It's a very nice commentary. Small words. Read them, understand them clearly, and slowly build your confidence. So Vaidehim anveshtum margitum. Then he gives the compound Bhartru chodita titiya samasaha tatrush samasaha Bhartra chodita Bhartra sugrivena choditaha. And who is the Bhartru? The Bharta is Sugrivena. So Bhartra is titiya bhakti, Sugrivena choditaha. Means prayuktaha. They were appointed. they were instigated. Means, what means chodita? When they were propelled, instigated means they were engaged. They were appointed for that job. So prayuktaha, prayuj is to engage or appoint. Prayuktaha. Kapayaha Hanumat Pramukhaha. Which monkeys were these? Headed by Sri Hanuman. So Hanuman Pramukhaha. Ye Shamte Hanumat Pramukhaha. So they were headed by Sri Hanuman. Then Artasya Virahaturasya. Atura in distressed. One who distressed on account of separation from Sita. Viraha is separation, or being in solitude. So viraha is separation from Sita. Virahena aturasya. So one who was separated from on account of separation, he was distressed. Ramasya manorathaha kamaha iva. They were like his desires or his fancies, who were actually roaming in the form of the monkeys. Itastataha cheruhu nana desheshu. In variety of locations, in various places. Nana desheshu, itastataha nana desheshu, babhramushcha. If you're taking dhatu char to dhatu bhram, say to roam, to wander. Babhramushcha, babhramuhu. Same thing, lit lakaraha, patapurusha, bahuvachanam. In this case, we don't get. Why do we not get the abhyasalopa etvam here? Because the condition should be, there should be no sanyoga on either side. We have bhra. Sanyoga is there. Second thing, in place of bhakara, you have the bhakara adesha in the abhyasa. So there is a adi adesha, which is based on lit pratyaya. So lit pratyaya is going to cause the abhyasa charcha. It's going to be an adi adesha over there. So the condition not satisfied for 64120. Sanyoga is there. You also have the bakara, the adi adesha, the adi of the dhatu bakara will take the bakara adesha, so we cannot press 64120. But as it's also said to you many times, is that when the commentator gives, he maintains the same lakara, the purusha vachanam. So this is the purusha bhuvachanam lit. This also purusha bhuvachanam lit. He just gave a different dhatu. Dhatvantaram, right? Different dhatu, babhramushcha. Okay, let's look at some more details in over here. We can go to translation. Is that we already did the form cheruho. Now, when we say the bhatra, we just in the commentary bhatra choditaha titiya samasaha by Kartikarne Krita Bahulam 2132. Then dhatu chuda sanchodane is to propel, to instigate, to push forward, sanchodane. And dhatu come nich pratyaha by the churadi ganaha, so swarte nich churadibhyo, swarte nich. And then we do the puganta lagupatasya cha, and it gets the dhatu sanya. by Sanadyanta Dhatavaha Pratyakta. It's what is called as the past passive participle, which is not a good term because many times they are neither passive nor past. So this sutram is nishtha and ktaktavatu nishtha. And then what happens is we get the idagama. Because remember the idagama is stopped. The main sutram to do the in nisheda is 7 to 10. Ekacha upadesha anudatat. It should be upadesha and ekacha. This dhatu chodi, it's a derived dhatu. And it's not ekach. It has okaraha, ikaraha, sadhita dhatu. So this dhatu, with as a general rule, there will be no in nishedha. Remember, the idagama comes to pratyaha, not the dhatu. The dhatu either allows or disallows it. But anekach dhatu ho, which includes all these sadhita dhatavaha, because when you have a derived dhatu, generally speaking, the dhatu will have at least one ach, normally only one ach. The pratyaya will have an ach. When you put them together, you get anekash dhatu. So all these causatives, desiderative, sananta, frequentive, yangantaha, normally you get anekash dhatu. And then after that, the in nisheda will not be there, because in nisheda at 7 to 10 is ekach upadeshanu dhatat. So the 7 to 10 doesn't apply. So you get the idagamaha, chodi, ita, and then we get nishtayam seti. Sutram which we studied in the daily example, which was what? Nera niti, nera niti, nera niti, nera niti. So if it's anidada ardhatu ke pare ner lopasyat. Must have said this 1,000 times already. And then next sutram is nishtayam seti. So 6451 only applies if the following pratyaya has no idagamaha. Right now we have idagamaha, but 6452 says nishtayam seti. Nishtha pratyaya, taktavatu nishtha. So in this case we have kta. With the idagamaha. If such a pratyaya is following the niche drops. Ner lopasya, nishtayam seti. So because we have a nishtha pratyaya with the idagamaha, the prior niche will drop, become chodita. Chodita. Comes in Gita. Mohitan nabhijanati. Mamebhyah paramam vyam. Mamebhyah paramam vyam. Devi here. This is same chapter, I think. Mohitan nabhijanati. The mohita comes in Gita. So when you look at mohita here also. Kavayopyatra mohitaha. When you chant this Gita shlokaha, think of the sutram nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti. Ner lopaha. Ner lopaha. You have a nishtha pratyaha. Taktavatu nishtha 126, and then which says idagama is there, prior niche is dropped. Means they were caused to be deluded. Mohitaha. Comes in Gita in 3-4 places, comes in chapter 16, Ityajnana vimohitaha. Chapter 9, no mohinim, that's different, and that's also might be the same. And then mohitaha, mohitaha comes. So mohita comes in 3 places. Mohita. Okay. Mana eva ratha yasya. So monorata is like desires, which has the mind as its chariot. The mind itself is a chariot. Means your fancies, desires. So the desires, they roam about on using the mind as the vehicle. They have the mind as their vehicle, the desires. Atva manaha ratha, it's the mind itself, which is like a chariot. There are 2 ways to do this. You can do this as a Krimadharya compound, like Purusha Vyagraha iva. Like Bharata Rishabha comes in Gita. Bharata Rishabha iva. So he is like a bull. So this could be taken as a sutram is 2156. This is Vyagradibi. Upamitam Vyagradibi. Samanya Prayoge 2156. You can take Mano Ratha iva. Of course, we done this in great detail in the Wednesday class already in great detail, 256. Or we can take Bhuvari compound, Mana eva ratho yasya saha. So it's desires which have the mind as their vehicle, or the mind itself is being referred to, the mind which is the chariot. So these monkeys were like the mind of Rama, roaming around in all directions, or the chariot of the mind, or the desires of Ramaha, which has their mind as a chariot. So in this case, I think probably from the Tika, probably this one is probably what you want to use. Mana eva ratho yasya saha. And then Anveshtum, this issue ichchayam. at the pratyaya tumun. Remember tumun pratyaya we have given for a homework before, is that the three main rules for justifying tumun, for using tumun are 3:10 bhavishyati adhikaraha. Tumunvalau kriyayam kriyarthayam. Look at the saptami here. Kriyayam kriyarthayam. This is saptami. So tathropapadam saptami stham. So when you have a kriya, which is a kriyartha kriya, means we have an action whose prayojanam, whose purpose is to achieve another action. When such a kriya is in upapadam, means close by, means connecting there, then another dhatu will take the tumun pratyaya. For example, drashtum agacchati. So the agamana kriya is for the purpose of the darshana kriya. Somebody is coming to see something. Utsavam drashtum agacchati. He comes to see the festival. So that action of coming, the purpose of the action of coming is the second action, which is the action of seeing. So kriyayam kriyarthayam. So the agamana kriya is a kriyartha kriya. It is a kriya whose artha prayojanam is anantar kriya. So it's kriyantaram, another kriya. So when such a kriya is there, agacchati, then dhatu drush takes tumun, drashtum, become drashtum. So what do we have over here? Right now we had anveshtum cheruhu. So cheruhu is the kriyartha kriya. They roamed about. The roaming about was to find Sita. So that roaming about action had its purpose of the second action of finding Sita. So that is the kriyartha kriya, and that is upapadam. So therefore, this anu ish takes the tumun pratyaya. Now, just one more thing, as I mentioned to you also a few times, is that we can also get tumun if we have 33158. 33158, which is samana kritrukeshu tumun. When you have ichartha dhatu, gantum ichchami, bhoktum vanchami, drashtum ichchami, so that when somebody desires something for himself, in connection with the ichartha dhatu, another dhatu will take tumun. In Bhagavad Gita, drashtum ichchami te rupam, aishwaram purushottama. Always keep the Bhagavad Gita in your mind at all times, at all times, at all times. Gita should be playing in your mind at all times. So, chapter 11 of Gita, drashtum ichchami te rupam. And then also the one more form is the one more sutram for tumun is 3365. Shaka drishagnya gla ghata rabha labha krama saharyastyarteshu. Saharyastyarteshu. Saha and arhan astyarteshu. Saharyastyarteshu. So one of these dhatus are used in connection that das tumun can be used. Like bhoktum shaknomi, drashtum na shaknomi, dhatu shaka, atva vaktum arabhate. One of these is there. Anyway, so these three main rules. They're difficult because they're not in the same section. So 3310, 33158 and 3465. Right now we have 3310. Your kriyartha kriya is there, so we're using this form. Now otherwise the form is, so we use 3310 to bring in the pratyaya tumun, and then we do anubanna lopaha upadesha jananasike tadantyam, and then there is sutram 7-48, a special rule which gives the id vikalpaha, vikalpena. So what this sutram says is that 7-48 is a specific rule. Vishesha sutram says that ti, takara, when you have pratyaya with takaradi, then isha, saha, lubha, rusha, rishaha. Anurti of va comes. So these dhatus take a idagama, they allow an idagama when a pratyaya following is a takaradi pratyaya. So these dhatus 7-48 is idagama optionally. So the sutram says that Ichatyadehe parasya tader ardhatukasya also should have sanya of ardhatukam. Because of ardhatukasya id valadehe. The idagamaha only comes from valadi is pratyaya, which is the sanya of ardhatukam. So ardhatukasya id vasyat. So ichatyadehe. So isha, saha, lubha, rusha, rishaha. So what do we have right now? We have a pratyah which is takaradi, is pratyah tumun. It has sanya of ardhatukam by ardhatukam sheshaha. It takes idagama optionally. So we get the two form. Of course, then we get the puganta lagupatasya, we get eshtum and eshitum. And then we got in this case, this is the one which is used over here, is the anveshtum. And then we get the pradi, the kugati pradya, we get a gati samasaha. Anu plus eshtum, anveshtum by kugati pradayaha. And a yan sandhi, of course, eco energy, 6177, eco energy. So that was the form anveshtum, means margitum, to search. So this is we have to learn, we have to increase our reading so we can get this usage of the upasarga and dhatu combinations. So anu ish means to margitum, to search. Now itastataha. Now itaha doesn't mean from here or from there. It means here in this, look at the commentary what he says. He says that nana pradesheshu, nana desheshu, saptami. Now he didn't say atra tatra. It says itastataha. Now atra tatra would have been better, wouldn't it? Because say here and there means over here, over there. We said itastataha. So how do we justify this now? Because normally what we have panchamyas tasil and saptamyas tral. So this all comes in 5-3. So we had panchamyas tasil, and then we had saptamyas tral. So right now we have a saptamyartha. Pratyat tasil has been used. How do we justify that? This is also we've seen many times. This is a vartikam on 5444, which is pratiyoge panchamyas tasihi. There is this vartikam in 5444 which extends that tasi to be used for any vibhakti. Upon depending on shishta prayoga, of course, is that tasi prakarane adyadibhya ukusankyanam. So adau is aditaha, in the beginning aditaha. Madhyataha, pashvataha, prishtataha, on the side, prishtataha. This is what is called as the sarva vibhaktikaha tasihi. Sarva vibhaktikas tasihi. Sarva vibhaktikas tasihi. So tasi can be used in the sense of for any vibhakti, stand for any vibhakti. And then what happens is that by this sutram, which is 538, when the pratyaya tasi comes in place of these pronouns, then we get the tasi becomes tasil. Tasi becomes tasil because when it comes after this kim sarvanama bahubhyo advyadibhya, kim sarvanama bahubhyo advyadibhya, then the tasi becomes tasil. Tasescha. So bottom line is that normally panchamyas tasil would have been applicable, but we have a saptamyartha, so we have to then use the vartikam on 5444 adyadibhya upasankyanam sarvibhaktikaha tasihi, and then the tasi gets a tasi. I mean, tasi and tasil for us makes no difference because it's only the lakaras and it, that's only for Vedika Svarartha, so that doesn't affect us so much. But anyway, we can do tasil. So now what we do is we take the idam plus saptami plus tasi by this vartikam, tasi prakarane adyadibhya upasankyanam. And then once you do that, then after that we make tasi into tasil by 538. Doesn't make much difference for us. Then anubandha lopaha upadesha janunasika it alantyam. Then the entire samudaya gets pratipadika sanya because the pratyaya tasil sanya of tadita adhikara goes from 4176 to end of chapter 5 we saw yesterday. So the samudaya gets sanya of pratipadikam by krutita samasascha supo dhatu pratipadika yoho supluk. Then what happens? Idama ish. So 533 says that in the place of idam you get basically the ikara desha. So idama ish. Look at it briefly. So the idam, and because the halantyam, the talave shaka is an it, but anekash is sarvasya. So the entire term idam gets replaced by ish. Idama ish. Says that pragdishaha. Idama ish ityam adesha bhavati. So up to the word pragdishi yeshu. So pragdishaha. So the word dish comes somewhere down here. Pragdishaha. So dik shabda, I think this is up to here. So from form, so when any of these pratyayas, which are in the section from up to 5327, when they follow idam becomes ish. So idam idama ishyatyamadesha bhavati pragdishiyeshu pratyayeshu. Pragdishiyeshu pratyayeshu, and they go up to 5 3 27 or 5 3 27, and by anekachis sarvasya, because otherwise you had alone tyasya, but by anekachis sarvasya we get the entire idam gets substituted. Idama ish 533. So pragdisha vibhakti, that is anuvritti of that comes from here up to 5 3 27. Anuvritti of pragdisha comes from this one, pragdisha vibhakti. Okay, so we get the ikaradeshan with the, of course, rutva visarga, usual, anubandha lopaha, halantyam, sasajusha ruhu karavasana yor visarjaniyaha itaha. Similarly, we get tataha, same process. Instead of getting the idama ish, we get tadadina maha. Because don't forget, these pratyas also get a sanya, vibhakti sanya. Pragdisha vibhakti. So the pratyas prescribed from here, 531 to 5327, get the sanya vibhakti. So it's pratyaya tasil vibhakti sanya. So then we can get the, so now we know what's important for the tasil to come, by the way. So we got tasi, in place of tasi we put tasil, that has the vibhakti sanya. So then we can use the tadadina maha as well as we use the idama ish. Then we get, the usual, in place of dakara we get the tadadina maha akaradesha by 7 2 1 or 2, and then we get atogune, and after that tataha. Itas tataha means tasmin deshe cha. Atra tatra is what it means. And then we got this one. Now artaha. Dhatu ru gati prapanayoho means to move or to go, to reach. So ardhit ru plus kta pratyaha, again is pratyaya nishtha. This is kartriyartha because gatyartha dhatuho. So one who has gone here and there. So one who goes means one who is distressed, one who runs hither thither, one who goes, so artaha. So ritaha means gataha. So gataha means one who has gone here, gone there. So gataha. So rita, because this is a adha pratyakta sutram nishtha, taktavatu nishtha, and by 3472 it's kartaryarthe. This is ramam vanangataha. Same thing over here. We add the 3472 by gatyartha karmaka shlisha shing stha savasa. So gatyartha dhatu can be kartari also. So anubandha lopaha lashakvatadite, and this is the ekach upadesha anudattat. This is the anudatta upadesha dhatu. You can see dhatu 1086. We look at dhatu pataha, dhatu number 1086. It will be anudatta upadesha. To 1086 anudatta upadesha, siddhatu ru anudatta upadesha. So 7 to 10 stops the ragamaha. We get rita, and now when we get ang plus rita, so upasarga ang, we form gati samasa, upasarga gatischa, kugati pradeha. Now comes a special rule. Upasarga dhriti dhatau. Upasarga is present, and following dhatu is a rikaradi dhatu. Then, instead of getting ad gunaha, we get a vridhyadesha. Sarga driti dhatau with vridhyadesha. And then, of course, uran raparaha. Sarga driti dhatau. So, this is a special rule which applies only when you have upasargaha and followed by the dhatu. Dhatu which has the rikaradi dhatu, upasargati dhatu. So, this is a sandhi rule. Well, this is special. This I don't need. This one, so I can put here. Okay. Let's look at this one for a second. In fact, that's why I put this in the document here, so we can see this rule. 6191. Upasarga drati dhato. 6191. 6191 says that avarnantad upasarga. Because anuvritti from ad gunaha. Ad is coming there. Avarnantad upasarga rikarado dhato pare vruddhir ekadesha syat. It's an apavada for ad gunaha. Normally guna should have come. If you have avarnanta upasargaha, avarnanta upasargat, then rikarado dhato parataha. Pura parayoho sthane vruddhir ekadesha. So this is a special rule. When you have avarnanta upasargaha followed by rikaradi dhatu, then we get a, instead of getting ad gunaha, we get Vridhyadesha Urandaparha becomes Artha. Okay, let's do our translation now. Let me put this here. And see, this is 1, 3. Okay. Okay, we'll put that here. And let me see what we can do. Okay. Okay. Ready, sir?
Yes.
Okay. We have the monkeys. Which is what?
Kapayaha.
Down here. Kapayaha. Commissioned is
Bhartu Choditaha.
Choditaha. By their lords is Bhatru Chodit. So Bhatra Sugrivena Choditaha. Titya Samasaha. Wandered is Cheruhu. Cheruhu. Cheru is Tingandapadam is wandered. Cheruhu. Litlakara Patham Purusha Bhavachanam. Here and there is Itastataha is Atra Tatra Asmin Sthane Tasmin Sthane. Over many countries so that's the commentary, by the way. Nana Desheshu, over many countries. So think in the bracket is the commentaries. In quest of in order to search Anveshtam, Anveshtam. Of the Videha princess is Vaidehim. Like is Iva. So many thoughts, mental chariots is Manorathaha. Of Ramaha Ramasya. And then who was pining for her? Viraturasya is Artasya Ramasya. Thank you, sir. So these monkeys roamed around in various directions. Okay, let us see. I think the next shloka is, I think, straightforward. I think we have one. Okay, we have one on the next page. Should be an easy one. Okay, let's see this one. Pravritta upalabdhayam tasya sampati darshanat maruti sagaram tirnaha samsaram iva nirmamaha. Very nice Upama by Kalidasa here. Some little Vedanta coming with the kavyam. So pravritta upalabdhayam tasya sampati darshanat maruti sagaram tirnaha samsaram iva nirmamaha. Pravritta upalabdhayam tasya sampati darshanat maruti sagaram tirnaha samsaram iva nirmamaha. So pravrittau upalabdhayam tasyaha sampati darshanat samastam padam marutihi sagaram tirnaha samsaram iva nirmamaha. Okay. Now, as we try to find a Tingantam padam. Tingantam padam asmin shloke nasti. There is no Tingantam padam. Why is that? Ekating vakyam. What's happening is that this word tirnaha, krudantam, is functioning like a Tingantam padam. When you say Ramaha vanam gataha. Now there is no Tingantam padam in here. You have to supply babhuva. Means Ramaha became one who had gone to the forest. He became gone to the forest. If you really want to complete that, you have to supply some form of the dhatu, as or bhu or, vrit or, vidya. So vidya. So it says, so you can say Ramaha eka viraha. You will supply asti, vartate, vidyate, bhavati. So what happens is that we have to sometimes supply these, the appropriate form of dhatu, as or bhu, and a participle, a krudantam, will function almost like a tingantam padam. So here we have the word tirnaha, from dhatu through, is to cross. So martihi tirnaha, you can say babhuva. He was crossed, means he was one who crossed. See, he was one who crossed. Tirnaha babhuva. So that is the thing. There's no tingantam padam, but you have to then look for the pratyakta or ktavatu pratyaha. The pratyakta and ktavatu, they will function like a tingantam padam. So if you don't find a tingantam padam in the vakyam, you may have to just supply asbhu, or we can first you want to search for a ta pratyaya ktavatu pratyaha, which functions like a dhatu, like a tingantam padam almost. So here you should pick out the word tirnaha. Tirnaha is ending the pratyakta. We'll derive it in a second. So you can derive it shortly. But Marutihi Tirnaha Babhuva. So he became one who had crossed. Basically in English he crossed. He crossed. So it'll be Tatara. Should be, if you had a little lakar, it'll be Tatara. So Marutihi Sagaram Tatara Dhatu Tru. So that is what would have come through will become, take the Abhyasakaram, etc. should have become Tatara. Now what did he cross? Sagaram Tatara. So that is the main sentence. As always look for the Tingantam Padam, then the Karta, and then the Karma. So Marutihi, Hanuman, crossed the ocean. Then he says then there's the Upama. Sagaram iva nirmamaha. Very beautiful Upama of Kalidasaha. Again, matched vibhaktis on both sides. Samsaram is Dvitiya Ekvachanam. That is like the Sagaram. We all know. Vayam sarve jani maha. We all know. Samsara is like a Sagara, right? So, of course, Samsaram. But anyway, Vyakaranam wise, Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekvachanam. So, in the Upama, it is the Samsaram, and in the Upama it is a Sagaram. So Nirmamaha is Prathama Ekvachanam. So like a person who is devoid of mindness, of ownership, he doesn't get entangled with saying this is mine, that is mine. How such a person crosses the ocean of samsara. Similarly, Hanuman crossed the oceans. Beautiful simile. Even that a person who doesn't have this sense of ownership in this world, he crosses samsara. Well, anayasena, easily. Just like that, Hanuman crossed the ocean. So, and then there's one more clause, is that this is a Panchamyantam. I said to you repeatedly, Panchamyantam, Trityantam, Shashtyantam, Sarvam Paschat. We can see it later. So, but now that we got the main sentence, that Hanuman crossed the ocean, just like a person who's devoid of mindness crosses samsaraha, we got the main sentence. So, Saransha Prapta Asmabhi, we got the sentence. Now we can look at this clause. It says that Sampati Darshanat. Before, let's leave that for timing. Let's go to Pravruttau Upalabdhayam. Saptami Ekavachanam. Now, when your string of Saptami is back to back like that, involving Ekadantam Padam, think of Sat Saptami, or what's called Sati Saptami, what's called the locative absolute. When one thing happens, something else happens. So this Saptami, one Saptami gives the clue to the timing of another action. Comes in, what Panini says is Yasyacha Bhavena Bhavalakshanam. Yasyacha Bhavena Bhavalakshanam. We've seen Sutram many times in the class before. So this is Yasyacha Bhavena Bhavalakshanam. So here it is. So when Bhava means Kriya in this case. So by one Kriya, it gives a Lakshanam, another Kriya, and comes in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 1 nicely, in two places which we have referred to many times in the class, is that Pravrutte Shastra Sampate Dhanuryamya Pandavaha Rishikesham Tada Vakyam Idamaha Mahipate. Pravrutte Shastra Sampate. When the descent of arrows was just starting, at that time Arjuna questioned Krishna. Pravrutte Shastra Sampate Sati. In fact, interesting. We had the word sampata there also. Pravritti there also. You notice that? Because here also we have pravritti and sampata. In Gita also, of course, in a different meaning, different context. But interesting, I just noticed that. Pravritte shastra sampate. So, sati. Pravritte means when it has just begun, proceeded. Proceed. At that time, Dhanurudyamya Pandavaha, having raised his bow, so Pravritya Shastra Sampati comes in chapter 1. Pravritya Shastra Sampati Dhanurudyamya Pandava Rishikesham Tada Vakyam Idamaha Mahipate. He questioned Sri Krishna at that time. And then also chapter 1 of Gita comes Stishu Dushtasu Varshnaya Jayate Varana Sankaraha. When the women get corrupted, is Varana Sankaraha. Varna Sankaraha Jayate. So here comes Pravritti Shastra Sampate comes in Gita in number 120 and comes in Gita later on Strishu Dushtasu Varshneya Jayate Varna Sankaraha. So Pravritti Shastra Sampate Saptamye Kavachanam. It is giving the timing of when did Arjuna question Shri Krishna, is when the descent of arrows had just proceeded. And then when does Varna Sankaraha occur? When the women get corrupted. So Varna Sishtu Vrishtasu Vars. This is a Saptami Bhavachanam Vrishtasu Varsneya. So in English it is given as the English on. In English also we have that. On the woman being corrupted. On them. So on the descent of arrows just proceeding, Arjuna. So on the woman getting corrupted. On seeing him I did this. So on seeing, that on is also in English a Sati Sat Saptami, Sati Saptami. Anyway, so the Suttama Panini is Yasyacha Bhavena Bhavalakshanam 2337. So what is that? What it means here in this shloka right now is that, so when you see a Saptami, when you see 2 or 3 Saptamis, Samadhikaranam, try to look at suspect, and particularly one of them is going to be the pratyaya. Many times it'll be either kta pratyaya, ktavatu pratyaya, maybe shatru, shanach. These are the most common. The most common are these. In this case we have pratyaya kta, dushtasu and pravritte shastra sampate. What do we have here in the Raghuvamsha Kavyam? Right now we have upalabdha. Again the pratyaya kta. But comes in Bhajagovindam, right? Gatavati vayo deha paye. Gatavati vayo. Gatavat. When the life breath departs, then something happens, So bharya bibhyati tasmin kaye. Bharya bibhyati tasmin kaye. So gatavati vayo. So that's also gatavat is the Tavatu pratyaya. So you'll have, that, you'll have this. So you have pravruttau is a saptami equation of pravrutti pratipadikam. Upalabdha is of course the dhatu labh. Labdha is this is the pratyakta. So on obtaining or on the whereabouts of Sita having been obtained. So on, or we can make it in English, we make it active, we can make it. So on obtaining the whereabouts of Sita. So tasyaha pravruttau. Tasyaha sitayaha pravruttau upalabdhayam. So on obtaining her whereabouts, then Hanuman crossed the ocean, just like a person who's devoid of mindness crosses samsaraha. And then we have one more last thing, Sampati Darshanat. Sampatehe Rudrasya Darshanat. So on account of seeing Sampati, he got the whereabouts of Sita and then he crossed the ocean. So Sampati Darshanat Upalabdhayam. So this is a Hetau, Panchami Hetau. The Hetu, the reason why he got the clue of Sita whereabouts was because of meeting with Sampati. Sampati Jatayushaha Agrajaha. He was the elder brother of us. So the final set now becomes is on obtaining her whereabouts from seeing Sampati, then Hanuman crossed the ocean like a person devoid of mindness crosses samsara. Let's look at the commentary. So Sampatir Sampatir Sampatim Jatayusho Jayan Bhrata. I think it should be Nama. This is a typo here. Sampatir Nama, I think. Let me just double check. That just looks like a typo to me. So I think Sampatir Nama Jatayusho Jayan Bhrata. He's an elder brother of Jatayu is Sampatihi. So Sampatir, let me just double check that. Yeah, Sampat is a typo. Sampatir Nama Jatayusho Jayan Bhrata. Elder brother of Jatayuhu. Tasya Darshanat Shashti Tatpurushaha means Tan Mukhaditi Bhavaha. What does it mean that he obtained her whereabouts by seeing him? Means by learning from him, from his narration, from what he said. So Tad Darshanat means Tan Mukhat, from his words. Mukhat means from his mouth literally, but from what he said. So obtaining Sita's whereabouts from what Sampati said. So that means Sampati Darshana literally means from seeing him, means Tan Mukhat, from his mouth, from what he said. Iti Bhavaha. Then this is another typo here, I'm sorry. Tasyaha is a typo here. Tasyaha Sitayaha. He always he specifies the noun behind the pronoun. Pravruttau Vartayam. So Pravrutti means could be a nature, could be something else, engagement. But here it means news, whereabouts. Vartayam. So Varta Pravrittir Vrittantaha. So Varta, Pravritti and Vrittanta are samanarthaha shabdaha. Iti Amaraha. Amar Kosha gives Varta, Pravritti and Vrittantaha. So he says Pravrittau Vartayam. Upalabdhayam is Nyatayam Satyam. This word Satyam, that is how he tells us. This is a Sat Saptami. So we supply the appropriate form of this present participle, Vartaman Kritantaha, of the Dhatu As. So Sati. Like in Gita we would say Prarutte Shastra Sampate Sati. Or we would say Srishu Dushtasu Satishu. So that is what we supply the appropriate form of Sat. That means that this is the Yasyacha Bhavena Bhava Lakshanam 2.3.37. Means that one kriya is given the time of another kriya. So this we should watch what is in the commentary. When the commentator wants to make it clear, the Sat Saptami, he'll use the appropriate form of this Sat, which is the Shatranta Pratipadikam from Dhatu As. So Satyam, of course Sati in the feminine. Satyam is Saptami of Sati. Murtasyapatyam Puman Marutihi Hanuman. So he is a descendant of the wind god, son of the wind god in this case. So he is Maruti. We'll derive this in the document in a second. Hanuman. And Sagaram. Then Mama ityetad avyam mamata vachi. So Mama is not the Shashti Ekvachanam of Asnat Pradivadikam. In this case, it is an avyam. It's a pratirupakam. Vibhakti pratirupakam avyam. So sometimes you get a word like, like ahankaraha, a word like aham, a word like sthane comes in Gita. Sthane rishikesha tava prakiritya sthane. So these are these words which mimic, which look like, is that vibhakti-antam, but it is really an avyam. So mama iti, how can you say mama? How can you tack on the mama in the compound like that? It should not go like that. In the compound only asmad will go. You look at the vibhakti, we take a look. So it will not make any sense. So mama iti etad avyayam, mamata vachi, in the sense of mindness. Tad rahitaha. So mamata rahitaha nirmamaha. Nispruhaha. He doesn't give the vigraha vakyam, but he gives a paryaya shabdaha. Nispruhaha means who has no attachment. No attachment, no longing. Nispruhaha. Samsaram avidya bandhanam. He says samsaram is avidya bandhanam. The bondage of ignorance. Bondage. Avidyayaha bandhanam. So bondage. Atva avidya eva bandhanam. So bondage in the form of avidya. The bondage in the form of ignorance. Eva. Tirnaha tatara. He gives the tatars. He gives that means basically he crossed. This is tatara litlakaraha. Pratham pusha ekvachanam, just like chakara. So it is tatara. But he says taratehe kartariktaha. So kartariktaha means that this is in the active sense. This is the sutra which we saw just recently, which is 3472. Gatyartha karmaka. So gatyartha dhatu can take kartariktaha. So 3470. So when you say kartariktaha, think of this sutram 3472. Dhatu through is to cross. Tirnaha means he crossed. Not he was crossed by somebody, but it could have been. You can say, Hanumata Sagaraha Tirnaha. So the ocean was crossed by Hanuman. We can also say, Hanuman Sagaram Tirnaha. He crossed. You can say, Ramena Vanam Gatam. Ramaha Vanam Gataha Ityapi Vaktum Shakyate. You can also say that. So they can be active, can be passive. That's why he's clarifying for us that this Kartariktaha. It's an active form. Active form. So, because normally what you have, we have Tayoreva Pratyakta Kalartaha. The Pratyakta can only use Bhava Karmanoho. But this Suttam 3472 says the Gatyartha Dhatu, it can be used also Kartari. Okay, let's look at the document and then we'll go to the translation. So document we have here, okay. So Sampati Darshana is straightforward. Sampatehe Darshanam is Shashi Samasaha Tasmat. And Panchami in the sense of Hetau. Sutram 2325. Vibhasha Gune Striyam. Because Hetau, the sutram is really is Hetau itself, but that preserves Chaturthi is Titya. So in Hetau, Titya should be used. But then what says Vibhasha Gune Striyam, Panchami can also be used. Panchami can also be used by the sutram without going into full details. So 2325. Panchami is used, Sampati Darshanat, Sampati Darshanena, on account of that, because of that. Then this Marut, Mriyante, this we see it is a copy from prior class, it's copied paste from prior class. Mriyante Anena Vruddhena Vinava iti Marut. So without which people die. If there is too much of wind or there is absence of wind, then people die. So Mriyante Anena Vruddhena va iti Marut. This is by Unadi Sutram. Unadi Sutram by, so this is this Dhatu Mru plus the Pratyaya Ut comes over here by this Unadi Sutram. So let me see if I can go here. Okay. Mru plus Ut. And then, I'm sorry. Something strange. I'm sorry. Right, this is not cooperating. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Mru plus Ut. Unai Sutram 194, and then we get the Guna Adesha Sarvadhatkartaka Yoho becomes Marut. And then we get Marut Eva Marutaha. So some of these words, what happens is that they take this pratyaya and swarte and without changing their meaning. So like we can say prajna, so prajnadi gana. This is something is happening. Give me 1 second. Okay, there's something is wrong here. I should put this one. Something wrong in my document. Give me 1 second, please. This plus should come here. Plus should come here. I don't know, this is something strange in my document. Marut plus Marut plus an. Okay, Marut plus an. So what happens is some of these words, you take swarte an. So artha parivartanam vina. Normally when you add the pratyaya, change the meaning of the prakriti. But this there says manas eva manasam. We saw in the prior class. Rakshas. So rakshaha eva rakshasaha. Rakshasam. So this rakshas and rakshasa, manas and manasa, prajna and prajna, bandhu and bandhava. So there's, so this is gana, which is called prajna dibhyascha. So it takes swarte. Swarte an. Swarte an. So if we look at, we can look at it quickly. 5, 4, 38 without changing the meaning. Pratya an without changing a meaning. But so sutram is prajnadibhyascha. 5, 4, 38. 5, 4, 38. Prajnadibhyascha. 5, 4, 38. It says an syat. So prajna iti evam adibhya pradipadikebhya swarte an pratyabhavati. Swarte. So we had the word marut is there. Marut and maruta. I think bandhu and bandhava comes there. You know, chora and chauraha and choraha and chauraha and so on. So that we get so marut eva marutaha. So we get so maruta is wind god in this case. When we add an anubandha lopaha by halantyam tasya lopaha, and then taditeshvacham adehe we just saw yesterday when pratya tadita pratya which is having the tavarga panchama is an it. Then we get the vriddhi of the first vowel among the vowels, then marutasya patyam puman marutihi. We get the, this also we saw yesterday in the tasya patyam adhikara. The sutram is atai. If you adantam pratipadikam, the sense of tasya patyam patya e comes in there. This also is chavarga panchama as an it. It is the you do the adi vriddhi. We already have adi vriddhi, so nothing more to be done. Anubandha lopaha by halantyam. And then, of course, samudaya gets sanya pradipadikam krutvita samasascha. And then we get supluk. And then we get, this one will not, we don't really need this one over here. Okay, because adi vriddhi we don't need. And then we get marut, because maruta gets the bhasanya by yachibham. Yasyeti cha ivarnantasya avarnantasyangas lopabhoti tadite ikare cha pare. And we get Maruti. And then Mameti Shashtyanta Pratirupako Nipataha. This mimics the word Mama Shashti Ekvachanam of Asmat. The Ganasutram, we have seen in the daily examples. Ganasutram is, I'm sorry, something strange happening in my document today. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me try something. Ganasutram. See if I can. Okay. Ganasutram is upasarga vibhakti pratirupakascha. So these words which mimic in the it's in the sutram under Suradinipatam Avyam. I think that's where it is. Pratirupakascha. So pratirupakascha. Okay, I'm sorry. Vibhakti pratirupakascha. Pratirupakascha. Okay, so these words which mimic a upasarga or a vibhakti or a pratirupaka. I think this swara also is there. I'm sorry. This is upasarga vibhakti pratirupakascha. Let me see in our sutra doc. We had this sutra. We said in our Saturday class we've had this already. So let me see. Upasarga, yeah. Upasarga vibhakti swara pratirupakascha. That is the Gana Sutra. So we can also mimic a vowel. So all these we can get the pratirupakascha. Let me try that. Okay. So let me make this one upasarga vibhakti. Okay, upasarga vibhakti swara pratirupakascha. So what you make an upasarga or a word in vibhakti, in this case mama is shashti ekvachanam of asmat, or a vowel, may also be included in the chadi ganaha. So mama mimics the shashti ekvachanam of the pratipadikam asmad. By chadeo satve, mama gets the nipata sanya. Since chadeo satve comes adhikara of pragrishra and nipataha, then by the sutram swaradi nipatam avyam, swaradi nipatam avyam gets the obvious sanya. So basically this mama is looking like the shashti ekvachanam of asmat, which is avyam in this context. Then mama this also be done many times in the class. It can be taken as a paradi samasaha. Nishkrantaha. Mama iti asma nishkrantaha. Nishkrantaha mama iti asma. So from he is gone out of mamata. He left mamata behind him. Paradi samasaha. Or we can by this vartikam niradeha kranta dyarte panchamyaha. Bahuvri samasa. Nirgatam mama ityetad yasya atva yasmat. So one whose mamata has departed, or one who has gone beyond mamata, left mamata behind, gone out of mamata. So either take a bahuvri compound or a pradi samasaha, and we get the form nirmamaha. Now through plavanatarana taranayoho, means to swim or to cross or to go beyond. So kru plus kta by anubandha lopaha lashakvata dite becomes sta, sutram nishtha, taktavatu nishtha, and by sutram gatyartha karmaka etc. it has become in an active form. And then because it is the ekachupadeshanudatat in nishedha, and then what happens because the pratyak ta is ka as a kit is ka as an it, so by kiniticha nishedha. So no gunadesha, no in idagamaha. So we get iditonum dhatoho. So dhatu, the rukara of a dhatu, ending rukara of a dhatu, if there is no gunadesha, if it stays rukaraha, because gunadesha is parakaryam. So gunadesha has to be done first. But if it survives the gunadesha, then by iditonum dhatoho, this rukara gets the ikaradesha, urandraparaha. So I should add that over here by 1151 urandraparaha. 1151 urandraparaha. 1151 urandraparaha. Then we have now a repanta dhatu. So by 78242 radabhyam nishthato naha purvasya chadaha. So nishtha takara becomes nakaraha. Then by sutram halicha, if you have dhatu ending in repha or vakaraha followed by a hal, then the prior ik takes dirghadesha tir na, and finally by rashabhyam nonas samanapade. So in place of we have the refa preceding it, then we get the form tirna. So one more time, dhatu was through, add the pratyakta in kartriyarthe by 3472, in nishedha with 7210, ekachupadeshanudatat, gunadeshedha by 115 kiniticha. Then we get iditonum ruta dhatoho urandraparaha, then radabhyam nishthato naha purvasya chadaha, and then halicha, and then finally nattam by 841 tirnaha. Okay, let's do the translation here. Time is running out. Okay, let me see if I can bring that one here. Okay, so 614 we need. You ready, sir?
Yes,
okay. So we have intelligence. I think her whereabouts. That is the pravruttau, vartayam, about her. Tasyaha, having been obtained. Upalabdhayam. From an, okay, hold on. It is coming here. This is sampatehe. Sampati darshanat. Correct. So, from an interview with Sampati, it says Sampati darshana, Sampati mukhat, Sampatehe darshanat. Maruti is of course Maruti. Crossed is Tirnaha Tatara, the ocean. Sagaram. As a person is as Iva. A person with no desire for worldly objects. Okay. Nirmamaha. So nishkarantaha mama iti etasmat nishkarantaha. Atva nirgatam mama ityetad yasya saha atva yasmat saha. Crosses is a common thing. Crosses tirnaha again. The ocean of worldly life. Samsara Sagaram. He frees himself from the necessity of another birth. Okay, time is running out. We have about 5 minutes left. Let me just give some homework for next shlokaha. Continue next time. So, ekashashtitama shlokaha. So, this is straightforward shloka really. We can do this quite quickly. We'll continue next time. Drishta vichinvatatena lankayam rakshasi vrata janaki vishavalli bhi pariteva mahaushadhi. Drishta vichinvata tena lankayam rakshasi vrata janaki vishavallibhi pariteva mahaushadhi. Padacheda is drishta. This is prathama ekvachanam strilinge. So Sita drishta. Vichinvata tena. Both are titya ekvachanam pullinge. Both are, one is an adjective, one is a pronoun, is Hanumata. So tena Hanumata, Vichinvata Hanumata. So Vichinvata tena Hanumata. By Hanuman who was searching, Sita was seen. Then Lankayam Spashtam Saptami Ekvachanam. In Lanka, Rakshasi Vrata Titya Samasa. Of course, Prathama Ekvachanam Strilinge. Surrounded by Rakshasis. So far what do we have? So Sita was seen by Hanuman who was searching. She was seen in Lanka, surrounded by Rakshasis. And then Janaki is Drishta around here, Janaki Drishta. And then comes the Upama, Kalidasasya. Again match the vibhaktis. On both sides you have to match the vibhaktis. So Vishavalli Bhihi is like Rakshasi Bhihi. It's in the compound. So Vishavalli is Vishayukta Valli. It is poisonous creepers. Poisonous creepers. So, and then Parita. Again Pari-ita. Pari is to all around, ita is to go. I mean surrounded. Parivrata, surrounded. Iva. So this is going to qualify Sita. Mahaushadhi. You know, it is like a great tree. We call it, or a great, you can say Aushadhi in this case can be anything. It can be a tree which says Sanjeevani, Lata iva, like a Lata. So this is like a creeper, Sanjeev, like a great creeper or a tree which is surrounded by these poisonous trees. This is the Upama of Kalidasa. Similarly, Sita was this wonderful woman. She was Devi who was surrounded by the Rakshasis who were like the Vishavalli. So one more time, Lankayam, in Lanka, Sita Janaki Drishta was seen. Tena Vichinvata, Hanumata Vichinvata, Hanuman who was searching, by Hanuman, Stitya Ekvachan. It's a passive sentence. Surrounded by Rakshasis, Iva, just like a great creeper, surrounded by these poisonous creepers. So we will do the Vyakaranam next time. What we can do, let's do the translation. We'll do because it's straightforward verse. We'll do the Vyakaranam next. In fact, we can look at the commentary quickly. We'll do it in detail next time. Lankayam, where is Lanka? Ravana Rajadhanyam. Ravanasya Rajadhani. In fact, just in yesterday's class, we read the word Rajadhani. We did in yesterday's class, Rajadhani. So Rajnyaha Dhani Rajadhani. This is by Sutram 3.3. We will do it in next class. It's 3.3.1.17. Karanadikaranayoscha Rajadhani. Karanadikaranayoscha means capital. In Ravana's capital. Vichinvata Mrgayamanena. Vichi, chi is to collect. Vichi is to search. Again, Dhatu Mrga is to search. So Vichinvata Mrgayamanena Tena Marutina. By Hanuman who was searching. Rakshasi bhi vrata Janaki. Sita surrounded by Rakshasis. Then Vishavalli bhi parita parivrata. Surrounded by poisonous creepers. Mahaushadhi Sanjeevani lata iva. Again Sanjeevani also is the same sutram. Karanadikaranascha. Sanjeevyate. Anayati Sanjeevani. It is that by which somebody is made alive. Let's look at translation. We'll give some homework. Okay, so you ready, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so making his search by one who's searching. I would say
Vichinvata.
Vichinvata. It's a present. It's a Shatranta Pradipadikam, present participle. So by one who was searching.
Tena.
No, yeah, at Lanka, Vichinvata Proitena. Lankayam. The capital of Ravana is the commentary. Ravana Rajadhanyam. He is Tena. He's made it active now. Made it active form. Because in English it is by one who was searching. So he is tena. It's made kartari now. Found is
Drishta.
drishta. It's passive. She was found. It was made active in English. The daughter of Janaka.
Janaki.
Surrounded by
Vrita.
Vrita. So it's a compound. Rakshasi bhi Vrita. Rakshasi Vrita. By Rakshasi Vrita. Correct. She appeared. You have to say to supply that. Eva, like. She appeared like as Eva. The great medicinal plant is the Mahaushadhi, Karmadharya compound. Life reviving plant is a commentary. Sanjeevani Lata Eva. Intertwined is
Vishavallivi.
No, Parita. Parita. Intertwined by poisonous creepers. Vishavallibi. So time is up. We can do next time. So this is a really simple verse. I'll give you some homework for next time. Homework for next time is we derive these forms. Isching Chayane. Pratyashatri will add next time. By Sutram 3, of course, Vartamane Lat. Natashatrishana Chava Pratama Samadhikarane. Natashatrishana Chava Pratama Samadhikarane. Present participle. Pratyashnu will come in there. And we'll do the Sandhikaryam by Hushnu was Sarvadhatuke. So you want to practice your homework. Look at 6487. Oh, thank you, Vasudha. Hushnu was Sarvadhatuke. And then Mriga Anveshne will get the form Mrigayamanena. Should take from homework from the commentary. Which is also a present participle. Shanish Pratyashanach. And then Vishavallibhi, Vishayukta Valli. This is the Shaka Parthiva, the Samasa. It's Karmadharya Samasa, but in between one word has been dropped, like Shaka Priya Parthiva, Shaka Parthiva, Vishayukta Valli, Vishavalli. And then in Gatau, we'll get the form Ita and Parita, Nishtha Pratyakta, and Parita becomes Parita. And then Mahaushadhi Karmadharya Samasa, the Mahat takes Maha becomes Maha by 6346. It's An Mahataha. Look at the Sutram. And that's it. So that's home for next time. So 6346, try that. And then we'll see the Shakapartya Samasaha, Vishavalli. And then we'll look at the Shanachanta Shabdaha Mrugayamana. And then we'll look at, yes sir, maybe, yes Nagaraji. Yes sir, go ahead.
Just to say that next week I'll be absent from the class.
Okay, no problem. We'll bring Anuji or somebody else. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your help. For letting me know. And then and that's it. Okay. So and Hushnu was Sarvadhatuke. So again, this was Thursday, December 22nd. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate.